just going to start showing people and give them a bit of a rundown on our design and the different lights that we're doing. So we're going to start off with 10 and 3/8 inch night eater, and they're a real good popular light, been around for a long time. Just to give you an idea of the sort of balance these lights have got already, just on their own, and how they operate. And then I'll put the bracket that we designed on and show you how it gives you minimal effect of putting it on there. So been working on these designs for 2 years, and we haven't just been doing it on the shelf like this. The only reason we're on the shelf here today is because we're stuck in Griffith due to flood water. Full-time professional wild game harvesters, been doing it all my life pretty much. So yeah, today we're just going to give you a bit of a rundown of the shed and show you what they're all about. So we basically got the bracket designed to give the light character, make it look good, give it the minimal effect of putting it on there with the weight, and that's as far as balance goes. So it's one thing doing it on the shelf here, but it's another thing when you get in the car and you start putting it to work in the paddock. So if you don't get all those fundamentals right, you can feel it top heavy. You can feel the pressure on your hand hanging onto the handle. And if you don't have the camera in line with the center of your spotlight handle, you get the centrifugal force. So that means when you're turning the handle, you can feel the uneven weight of it, and you can feel the pressure of having to turn it. So I'll just give you an idea of how that spins. So these brackets, we got our quick release mounted on top. We don't have these in stock yet, but we will be supplying them as we get going. We got a lend of a mate's camera in town today, which is just a little Hick Micro LH25. And our brackets are designed so that this here mount bolts on. You can bolt any quick release mount on top that you want. Then we've got our power supply in. So basically what you do is, this elongated hole gives you the potential to balance out your camera. So depending on what camera you got on your light and where it sits, due to where the charger can plug in, you can actually mount this bracket itself to the spotlight handle, whether it's a fire stick, a blazer light handle, power beam, whatever you want. And then you can then bolt the actual light itself to the bracket. So that helps you get the weight of the camera in line with the center of the spotlight handle. So that's what it's all about. So you can get the full potential out of your investment with your thermal camera. And we also got the power supply into it, so you can hook this up on a separate line on a switch if you want. Most people just hook it up to their spotlight, so when you turn the spotlight on, it charges your camera while you're in use. And my personal favourite way is I have this tilted up so that my spotlight is shining on the ground. I'm just using the spotlight to see where I'm driving. So the trouble with headlights and stuff, if you've got to go turn hard left, you can't see what's out your front left. Whereas that's where these brackets come into play. If you want to see what's out there, you just put the light there, and you can even have your headlights off if you want. So we'll just unbolt this light, and we'll start putting the bracket on. So as I said, we've been working on these designs for lights for the last 2 years, and we put a hell of a lot of research and development into it, and we have really put these to the test. So these designs have literally done hundreds of hours of work on each light in the paddock, full-time harvesting in all sorts of country and terrain. And we wanted to come up with a design that would cover your broad range of hunting, whether you're whatever country you're in, whatever animal you're hunting, whatever style you want to do. We've counteracted all that into play with this design. So basically, you get 10, well this is a old blazer light handle, as you can see she's been through the mill. One of my old handles over the years. So I just got the M10 thread bolt, and it's got 2 M10 washers. The washers are real important on this part because it really grabs hold of the bracket, and that's where you get your strength and it gets rid of the flex and stuff. So you want a washer on top and a washer underneath. And this is where you can adjust, as you first set up your light and your camera, you can adjust where you want it. So you got to bolt your bracket on first. So you can sort of give you an idea. You sort of got those fundamentals to play with, which will help you get dead in line with the center of your camera. So we basically wanted to get it so you could put this on your light and you set up, and you don't know it's there. That's what it's all about. You spend thousands of dollars on a thermal camera, you want to be able to get the best out of it and protect it and make sure it's charged and it doesn't go flat. And also, you want to be able to go into the shop and buy it and come home and be able to put it all together and take it to work and use it that night, not have to muck around and make some design up in the backyard and all that sort of stuff. So basically you just sit the light in there, got a washer in the top, another washer in the bottom, bolt old faithful up here. So the best way to do this is you put him in, you make sure that top edge is square with that edge. You basically push it in tight. And when you do him up, stand here, give you an idea. Put the spanner on him, nip him up. These brackets weigh, this bracket on this big light, it's our biggest bracket. It weighs 990 grams, and we made them of mild steel. Because it was the lightest and strongest way we could get them. We tried aluminium, and when we went aluminium we had to go to 3 or 4 mil thick to make it so that it didn't have any twist in it up here. And when we went to 3 or 4 mil, it was actually heavier than the 1.6 mil mild steel. So to give you an idea, so that's very firm on there. It's just simply bolt on underneath, keep it straight. And to give you an idea, just the bracket on, you can't feel it. You can't tell that it's on there. It feels the same because the weight's all down the centre with your handle. It's not out to one side or whatever. So you can flick it around. And as you can see, it sits about the same on the handle as what it did before. And I got that nut with that right off, like right off. And then you simply get your camera, plug him in. On this particular one, because of the charging points in the front, we've got to have that camera sitting forward a bit. But on our cameras that we run, like I've got a Hick Micro Q35, we have the plug coming in the back here, and this sits back more. And that's where that elongated hole comes into play more, because it's in the centre of your camera more, because your camera's sitting back here a bit. And then the other design we've got incorporated into it is this angle. So it doesn't look like much, but it's a lot. So you set the angle of your camera where you want. So I set mine so that I mainly just using my light for seeing where I'm driving for safety, so I can read the country, see the terrain, pick my distance. Hey Jacko. And then it also gives you the opportunity when you do find animals and you're working them with your wind and stuff. When you got those skills, you can the light plays a big part at times for blocking animals up. You mightn't actually put it on them, but you'll put it out in front of them, and the animals will stand up in the dark, and the only thing that's stopping them is the light. And that's where thermal scopes and work hand in hand with spotlights as well. So yeah, that's a quick rundown on this particular design. If you want to know any more, just go to our website, www.wildgameinnovationsaustralia at .com.au. Sorry, yeah, www.wildgameinnovationsaustralia.com.au, or look us up on Facebook, send us a message, and yeah, look forward to hearing from you.